million times. But
I know, I can't believe that actually cracked
I
it.
can't either. I think it hit a rock.
Yep, 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 yep. Keep going. Drop your elbows. Don't negotiate and start to get too light when he starts to think about coming down. Just stay there. Stay there. Yes. Yeah, don't let him jig. Drop your elbows. Push the right shoulder to the left here. Right shoulder with your right leg. Yep. Keep his nose in the middle of his chest. There you go. There you go. Good job. Yep. Keep right shoulder to left with your right leg. Not with his nose, with your right leg. Yep. Nose comes a little to the left here. Yep. And right shoulder to left with your right leg. Push the right shoulder to the left with your right leg. Keep steady. Don't get too light here. Yep. Move the right shoulder to the left with your right leg. Right hip, right abs, right knee, right lower leg, right thigh. Don't get too light. Now you're getting too light again. Yeah. And so this is the thing, right? He starts to relax into the contact. And then when you get a little bit light, then he's like, aha, I've got her, right? And then he puts his head up again. And then you have to start all over. Keep that contact. Don't get too light in the hands. Lightness does not equal throughness, right? This is a really important thing. I mean, it's great when the horse wants to be light, but it's got to be consistent first, right? It has to be connected first. Good. Yep. Walk. Drop your elbows. Yep. Yep. You're so close. Stick with it. Stick with it. Keep that. Yeah. Keep pushing the right shoulder to the left. Press, let go. Press, let go with your right leg. Yep. Right leg. Kicking with your right leg. Yeah. You need to move his right shoulder to the left. He's got to come into alignment. Doesn't matter. Push him off your right leg. Doesn't matter. Push him off. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's good. I like that he pushes into the contact there. Better than being too away from it. Yep. Push him off your right leg. Yep. Fine. 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 All fine. Yep. And now a little squeeze release in your left rein. Keep pushing the right shoulder to the left with your right leg. Steady contact. Steady contact. Doesn't matter. Push the right shoulder to the left. Yeah. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Just stay there. Just stay there. Legs off. Doesn't matter. Yep. Legs off. Now legs on. Don't give. Yep. Stay there. Doesn't matter. Legs off. He's going to do whatever he wants. Don't pull on him. Just stay there. Just neutral. No pressure. Just contact. And now legs on again. Don't give the rein. Doesn't matter. Let him stay there. Don't get louder. Just stay. And legs on. Legs off and legs on. Doesn't matter. Let him back up. It's fine. This is all normal for his brain to go through, okay? This is talking about real things. I don't know if you saw a little bit of the last lesson, but it's a little bit the same issue. It's like when you let them be a little bit like, you negotiate a little bit so you don't have to go through all this shit, right? And you're like, okay, well, he's like mostly rounding, he's like mostly consistent, mostly with me, so that's okay. But then when you really start to talk about like real stuff, they're like, yeah, I'd rather not, right? And there's no reason to shy away from this conversation, right? Good boy, that's okay. Yep, doesn't matter. Yep. Praise him with your voice when he stops. Yep. Yep. Good job. So smart. And then legs off, and then apply a fresh aid to Aspen walk on. And it doesn't matter. He can back all the way around the ring if he wants to. It does not matter. And this is him telling you that he views the contact as preventing him from going forward, right? That's what this tells you. And most horses will say this to you when you start to have these conversations. Good boy. What a good boy. You're so smart. Yep. Yep. Because most horses do view the contact as something that confines them. And you have to really teach them that it's not something that confines them. It's something that they should lean into and depend on and feel comfort in. Doesn't matter. Totally gonna run out of room to go. And that's fine. But they do. They have to go through this in their brain in order to figure out that the bit doesn't stop them from going forward. There's nothing about the bit right now that's preventing him from going forward other than that you have contact, right? And again, like, I don't know how much of the last one you saw, but it's the same, right? I guarantee you if you just chuck the reins at him, he would walk forward, right? But then again, the second that you start to say, okay, now he's walking forward, now I want to talk about contact, he's going to suck back again. And then you're going to have to do the whole thing. So it just stay here. Just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just stay here until he starts to figure out that there's nothing preventing him from going forward. It's his own brain that's preventing him from going forward. Does that make sense? Nice. Where are we? Yep. Good job. Yep. And you're doing great. Just praise him with your voice. Excellent. Excellent. Stay there. Yep, good boy. Legs off. Exactly. Shape the contact, shape the channel. Got it. He's pushing his right shoulder to the left here. Ride the channel. Yep. Yep. Got it. You're doing great. Got it. Good boy. Anytime you feel him start to relax, just praise him with your voice. Right? Oh, that's so good. This is better. You got it. Yep. And then out of this circle, I want you to turn him to the right from your left side. Doesn't matter. Just sit there. Doesn't matter. Good boy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yep. Legs off. Just soften your contact right there. Yep. Just let him stand there for a minute before you ask him. Just let him stand there and relax. Good. Yep, doesn't matter. Just stay there. Just let him have a minute to think about it. Got it. Doesn't matter. Good boy. Soften your contact, but stay connected. Yep. Soften your contact, but connected. And then leg off, and then leg on. Yep. Doesn't matter. Leg off, leg on. Yep. Again. Doesn't matter. Good. Fine. Totally fine. Good boy. Yep. Soften your contact, but there. And leg on, leg off. Soften your contact. Yep. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's okay. This is totally fine. Totally fine. Yep. Good. Open your right rein a tiny bit when you ask him to walk off. There, good job. Yep. He looked like he was a little bit stuck in the right shoulder there, which is why I had you do that. Good. Good job. You got it. And now push his right shoulder to the left with your right leg. Yep. Push his right shoulder to the left. Not pulling back, going with it. Just guide the shoulders around. Yep. Push your right elbow into him. soft but steady, right? It shouldn't feel like pulling back. It should just feel like steady connection. Yep, and then a little bit leg on. And now turn his left shoulder to the right and turn right. So guide, no, to the right, turn right. Guide his left shoulder to the right. So drop your left elbow, push him with your left hip, your left elbow. Keep the left shoulder turning right. Well done. And add a little forward and follow with your hand. Steady contact. You got it. Super. Push the left shoulder to the right. Keep turning the left shoulder. Keep turning the left shoulder. Yep. Push with your left hip, your left elbow, your left ab, your left knee, your left leg. Left shoulder to the right. Push him. If he's not listening, kick him with the left leg. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Well done. And walking. Good boy. Praise him. Good boy. Yep, got it. Turn the left shoulder to the right. Squeeze a little on your left fist so he's not bulging. So, yep, right there. Good job. Exactly. And keep going. Squeeze on your left fist. Push his left shoulder to the right. There. Exactly. Yep, just stay with him. Don't put more pressure on. Don't put less pressure on. Stay steady contact. Left shoulder to the right. Right shoulder to the right. Little squeeze on the left rein so his nose comes into the middle of his chest and steady contact on both reins. Yeah, doesn't matter. Just follow left shoulder to the right. Bring his nose to the left here. Yep, there you go. That, not more than that. Okay? Not more than this. Keep his nose right here. So look at your elbow to the bit. There should be a straight line on the left side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you see his shoulder bulging to the left of that, then you need to push his left shoulder to the right. Good. Yes. Super. Super. Good boy. Praise him. Yeah. Anytime he starts to think about relaxing and softening into your hand like that, good boy. Don't be judicious with your praising. Good boy. Even if he snatches a little bit, it's okay. He's got to be able to explore that, right? I would prefer that than having not enough contact at all. Good. Now push the left shoulder to the right. Excellent. Squeeze your left fist. Left elbow to the bit should be straight. You shouldn't see his shoulder bulging to the left there. Resist the urge to take his nose to the right in this direction. You want to think, if anything, that his nose is slightly left, like 1 inch to the left of that divot in the middle of his pectoral muscles. Does that make sense? In the middle of his chest. Yep. Yep, you got it. Yep. Yep. Pull up on that polo. You got it. Yep. Yep. Look at his left shoulder. Look at his left shoulder. Is there a straight line from your hip to the bit? Exactly. So your hip to the bit, that's important. Yep. Keeping your hand in line, keeping your forearm in line with your hip, in line with the bit. If you can maintain that in a steady, connected way, that's going to be your best friend towards getting him on the bit properly over his back. Yep, good boy. You got it. Now pat him with your right rein, keep the left rein. The left, yep. And now softly take that. Good. Sit on your bum. Yep, lower your bicep support there. Left shoulder to the right. Doesn't matter. Drop your elbow, squeeze your fist. He's jigging forward and giving you more miles per hour. You need to lower your base of support. Yep. 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 Got it. And the next time that he relaxes down a little bit like that, I want you to trot. Don't change a thing, okay? Just ask for the trot. Stay steady in the contact. Keep your reins where they are. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Steady contact. Don't give the reins. Wait till he relaxes over his back. Turn the left shoulder to the right. Yes. Keep steady on the right rein too. Yep. Good boy. Got it. You're doing great. This is like real conversations here. You're doing a super job. There. And now trot. Don't change a thing. Don't give. Just stay there. Yep. Keep the left side. Go to rising right away. Yep. Keep the left side steady. He's got to be able to depend on that left side for support and balance. Does that make sense? So if you break that connection, then the whole thing comes crumbling down. So keep that elbow, hip, forearm, left bit ring connection. You got it.
Good boy.
You got it.
Good boy.
You got it. Well done. Keep your left elbow. Yep, left elbow, hip, forearm, bit. Good. And when he wants to feel a little bit bracy on the right shoulder, you can squeeze, release on the right rein and press a little with your right leg. But that does not change at all how you're riding the left side. So if you start riding the right side and the left side goes away, it ain't gonna work, right? That connection on the left side is super, super, super important. Left elbow, hip, bit. Elbow, hip, bit. Yep, you got it. And then a little squeeze and let go on the right rein. Give a little the right rein. Give a little the right rein. Soften the right rein. Not make it longer. Just let go of the pressure on it. There you go. Good. There you go. Stay. Keep your fingers closed on the left. You got it. Keep your fingers closed on the left. Yep. Super. 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 You got it. Exactly. Steady the left side and push him a little forward. Good. Your right rein is a little bit too long now, okay? Because when I said give the right rein, you made it a little too long. Yeah, now it's a little shorter than normal. Keep your left side steady. Left side steady. Left elbow, hip, bit. Elbow, hip, forearm, bit. You got it. And push forward and soften on your right rein. Give a little. Your right rein's too short now. Let it slide a tiny bit through your fingers. Yep. Not so much that when you have equal contact on both reins, his nose is to the left. If you have equal contact on both reins, his nose should be right in the middle of his chest, just like that. Keep your left elbow to the bit connection. And now send him a little forward and put your right leg on. You can use a little tiny opening right rein and put your right leg on when he needs a little softness through the right side of his shoulder. But again, it's equal contact and it doesn't change how you're riding the left side at all. This is way better. Yeah, keep the left elbow. So when he gets fussy there, squish your left elbow to your hip and squeeze your fists on the left side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You got it.
When his head goes up, we get a little bit of a baggy rein. That's when my elbow's going to go back just to follow that. And
You want to put your leg on first.
okay.
His head goes up. You want to stabilize and push him forward. Just like in the walk when he gets a little fussy or whatever, right? And you just push him forward into that hand again. Yep, this is okay. Good boy. Yep. So here, soften your hand, but stay connected. Legs off, legs on, and open your right rein a little bit because he gets a little blocked on the right shoulder. Yeah, that's it. So that's something you can do. You can open the rein, but don't drop contact. But you can open the rein a little bit when you feel that little stuckness in his right shoulder.
Okay.
And you can put your right leg on a little bit there so that he arcs a little bit around your right leg. If that makes sense. Good. Push your right leg on. Open the right leg. Riding the left side. There you go. There. Now soften both reins and just follow. So anytime he gets rounder, you want to soften your reins. Pull up on that polo still. Yeah. But, so like the pressure should go away when he starts to relax, right? And the pressure becomes more present when he needs more direction, right? So that there's an incentive for him. Yep, pull up on that polo, drop your elbows, lower your base of support. Open your right rein. Open your right rein. Yep, steady contact on both reins, exactly. Because with him specifically, when he wants to get blocked and stuck like that, it's usually that he gets a little stuck on the right shoulder. That's why that opening right rein helps so much. Good. Good. Yeah. Now open the right rein, put your right leg on. Keep riding the left side. Doesn't matter. Open the right rein, put your right leg on. Keep riding the left side. Yes, so that you're balancing both sides of his body. Doesn't matter. Yep. Keep riding the left shoulder. Drop your elbows if you want to jig. Open the right rein more than that. And put your right leg on. More. More. Yep. this is what I would do with him. I would really take a lot of time in the walk working on like helping his brain through this process. You don't want to be too strong with your hand, but you don't want to you don't want it to be inconsistent, right? So really thinking about making the channel. It's much more about moving his shoulder with your leg and your torso and your hips and your abs. So when you feel that, really, that helps you a lot. Look at your elbow, hip, forearm, fist, bit.
Yes.
If it's at all broken, you need to push him in with your leg, right?
Okay,
So
yes.
in other words, if his shoulder's bulging out, in a moment it feels good to do a little counterflexion because that pushes the shoulder back in, but it's a band-aid because what you're
Yeah.
doing is you're moving the shoulder retroactively. You're moving it from his face. Well, the energy that will move the shoulder comes from the hind end. So if you're trying to move the shoulder by moving his face, you're moving the energy that will move that shoulder has already passed his shoulder, right? So then you end up blocking him a little bit. So you want to think
Bruno.
that energy always comes forward from the hind end. It flows through the channel under your feet and out to the bit. So if you want to move his shoulder, you need to push the energy this way from the back. Does that make sense? Versus trying to move his shoulder from your hand, whereas that energy has already passed his shoulder. So it's not going to help. You know what I mean? You're going to be moving it this way, but you're also going to be blocking that energy versus pushing the energy. Think about that energy that moves the shoulder. It comes from behind. So you have to catch it before it hits the shoulder if you're going to move the shoulder. So that's why it's helpful to think about your elbow, hip, ab, like leg connection and having that be what pushes the shoulder around more so than your hand. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That was so good.